So, good evening everyone. So, this video we are going to discuss about analysis of automated transfer lines. So, first we are going to discuss about buffer storage. Buffer storage is used to store the component temporarily. So, it is a processing component or finishing component. It will be stored in the flow line itself. So, in those time the buffer storage has to be used over here. So buffer storage is a temporary storage. It will be connected to or more workstations. Suppose the component is coming over here. So once it will be finished the second workstation and goes over here, here the buffer storage has to be provided over here because of due to lot of things like here the operation time it may be vary compared to here. It will be more operation time means the storage buffer, the more number of component it will produce, no, that it can be accommodate the buffer storage, it can be used over here. Or sometime these are all the machines, the line 2 machines has to be get failure, those times also without affecting the production for the first and second workstations in the line 1 workstation, continuously it will be worse, the buffer storage has to be used over here. And also sometimes this line itself it will be act as a buffer storage. Okay, then comes into the next one, reasons for going to buffer storage means due to the breakdowns and also smooth cycle time variations. So due to breakdown means what happens, if this breakdown, if there is no buffer storage, even this we can stop this workstations also. To avoid that one, we are providing the buffer storage over here. And also the variation of cycle time. So here the cycle time is less, here the cycle time will be more, means once the here more number of component has to be produced over here, that it can be stored over in the buffer storage temporarily. And store parts between the with the different production rate. Suppose more production rate also it can be stored over in the buffer storage. Comes into the automated flow lines without buffer storage. In this we have considered as two more approaches used, that is upper bound approaches as well as lower bound approaches. So here they are not even the flow line itself act as a buffer storage. So once in the upper bound approach means if any failures occurs into the some of the workstations, means we can remove the components from the flow lines and we can make the repair, means that is called it as upper bound approach. Okay, so that time what happens, the remaining workstation continuously it will be working over here. Suppose if we take down this one, so these are all the this machine will be get breakdown. So that time what means that components it will be takes place from here flow lines and it get repaired, so that these machines continuously it will be works. Okay, suppose lower bound approach means, so even the same machine get repaired, sorry, failure. So to repair that machine, what to do, we are not removing any components from here. Okay, so that what happens, it creates the jam over here, so that these are all the machines working, we are going to stop over here. So upper bound approach means from here to remove the machine components, and we can make the repairing work, means that is upper bound approach. Suppose lower bound approach means from here to we are not removing any component from here and we can make the repairing work, means that is lower bound approach. Then comes into the next one, that is automated flow line with storage. So in this one or more storage buffer link between workstation along with the flow line. So even like this, if they will be provided, means that is called it as buffer storage. Even without this it will be so connected the machine, means that is the without buffer storage. So this will be the with buffer storage system. So like this, some more machines it will be connected, means somewhere here, so one more buffer storage has to be connected over there. Okay, then comes into the with storage. So one of the methods in which flow lines can be made operate more efficiently. This can be used more efficiently, and also the buffer zone divided into two stages. If one storage buffer is used, the line is divided into two stages. So like here only one buffer storage has to be provided, so that line, this is the line 1 and this will be the line 2. Okay, so that is called it as uh, one line two line buffer storage, two line systems. Then comes into the next analysis of two stage transfer line. That two stage line is divided by a storage buffer. Capacity is expressed in terms of number of work spots that can store. The buffer receives the output of stage 1 and forward it to stage 2, temporarily storing any parts not immediately needed by stage 2. The ideal cycle time TC is the same for both the stages. So this will be the analysis of uh, two-stage transfer line. Then comes into the analysis of multi-stage transfer line. The line efficiency of an automated production line can be increased by dividing the into two stages with a storage buffer between. Then one might in fact that further movements in performance can be achieved by adding additional storage buffer. Suppose like this line 2 we can so separated, means suppose anything happens over in this one, it won't affect the other production other workstations, so it will be continuously creating the component over here. So that is the thing they will be saying over here. Okay, this is about analysis of multi-stage transfer line. Okay, so with that the this has to be over, the analysis of transfer flow lines.